Today I'm installing the side skirts. I had to trim the edges because they didn't come ready to install from the UK. And after spending a godly amount of hours trimming and test fitting, they fit so well they practically held themselves on. But I was stuck scratching my head here because whenever I tried opening the door, it was rubbing hard at the bottom. And the last thing I wanted was to fix the problem without the side skirts being bolted on. So with the measuring tape, I measured and marked where the rivet nuts were going to be inserted and drilled out 3 holes. But the size of the holes on the car were going to be a different size than those on the side skirts. And that's because the holes on the side skirts just had to be big enough for the bolt to go through, whereas the holes on the car had to be big enough for the rivet nuts to go through them. You get me? And after bolting them in and tightening them, I also put one in the rear and they came out really sturdy. But I also needed something up front and I didn't want to use a rivet nut. So instead, I bought these retainer clips and I drilled out to the size that they called for in the box. And to no surprise, it snapped right into place. And this side skirt was as sturdy as could be with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mounting points. So I opened the door and it wasn't rubbing in the front no more, but it was smacking in the back. So thank goodness that I bolted it down first. Because mark my words, the next step is where things got crazy. With an expo marker, I started marking the high spots of the door so that with a flat disc, I could grind it down only in the places it needed. And this part required a lot of attention, like a silver tooth kid. So after a couple of passes, I stopped to check my work and kept at it until the door opened and closed smooth. But there was one more thing I had to do, which was using auto body sander to sand the bottom of the door to even out the plane. And since this side was looking good and there was nothing else left to do, it was time to work on the driver's side.